Tonight we're in Kingsville, Texas at the 1904 train depot. Spiritual locomotives, ghosts, and even somebody operating the telegraph machine inside. Well, tonight we're going to find out if this place is haunted or paranormal activity exists behind these walls behind me. Stay tuned for more South Texas Haunts.
My name is Nick. I'm currently working for the tourism department for the city of Kingsville, and the train depot here that we're standing in is one of the buildings that I work in. So welcome, nice to meet y'all.
Yes, it's very nice to meet you.
Yes.
Nice to meet you too, and thank you so much for allowing us to come into this such historical building here in Kingsville. And this is actually the oldest building in Kingsville.
It's one of them. Yes, sir, it is.
And a lot of people don't realize that this is an actual, open museum that they can come through and actually learn a lot about not just the train depot, but the city of Kingsville.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of stuff about city of Kingsville that is here. Some stuff on train artifacts, the trains in general, and just how it became Kingsville. So
I was going to say, because I was actually looking at some of the artifacts, and this is one of the original roof tiles off the train depot?
Yes, it might have been redone a few years back, but that is original from 1904.
Wow.
So partial or 75%, maybe 80% of this building is original. Of course, electrical work, modification, stuff like that is a given, but the foundation, everything like that is original. So this building has been through some storms, hurricanes, tornadoes, you name it. It has been here since it's been built.
And this train depot was actually built because of Corpus, so it actually linked Kingsville and Corpus, so goods and passengers and stuff like that could actually come through.
Yes, if you notice that every town that you see, it goes by 6 miles, well, every 6 miles there was a train depot, and this is one of them that's lasted here since then. Of course, this has turned to a museum here, but this is the main reason why Kingsville became Kingsville. And before that, it was King Ranch.
Well, you were saying about the interactive exhibit for the telegraph, that's where a lot of the activity has been reported.
Yes, and I can say for myself, I have worked here one of these days, and that very room over there, there's a telegraph, and as I was sitting here by myself, I would hear the telegraph go off. Well, I go up, and of course no one's there since I'm the only one working, but I even get my phone out and nothing. I have to keep my back to myself for it to go off. So it's kind of whoever it is or whatever it is trying to say, try and catch me.
So this is the telegraph.
Yes, correct. And this is and it takes a lot of force to do that here. So you can see.
Yeah.
That sound there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's even just lightly. It's like that button is. It takes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you're talking about something like this, it takes energy to use it to make something communication. I mean, in all reality, this is kind of like the beginnings of maybe an Ovilus or Ghost Box.
Yeah,
it's a way for them to try to make that communication.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's strange that that it's trying to make communications that way.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for allowing us to come in here and check this place out. Hopefully tonight we'll have some answers. Maybe we'll be able to see who's actually here, and maybe they're waiting on another train.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm like, oh my God, I just saw the shadow go across. That was so cool. That was so cool. No, that's okay. That was cool because from here, my standing point was over here, and I decided, I'm going to take a picture I just want to get a picture from there. And when I brought my phone up, I'm like, oh my God, I just saw the shadow go across. No cars going by, nothing, but it's a beautiful shadow. And the thing about it was that it was super, super dark. You know, I mean, it was so dark, and when you could see the silhouette, and it looked like a guy, I don't know. But you just see this well, right there, and he just goes, oh, this, I just go, that was so cool. Please do this for me again.
Can you pick up your hand the way you did a minute ago?
Over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I said it's like right there.
No, I thought I saw a shadow too, and I thought it was your hand.
Oh, no. Because there's nothing here that's going to cast a shadow over there. Now, there is a window in there, and I thought maybe it could come from the window, but the window's too high up, it's just too low. So there was no way that, and there's no cars going by. Can you move a chair or something? I'm like, not one of these pictures off the wall. Let me know that you're here. I saw you. Just do something for me. Can you close this door for me? This door right here, can you close it for me or knock on it for me? How about close the toilet? If you can make that click for me, I will walk right out of here. I will leave you alone. And if you don't make it click, I'll just keep pestering you. Oh, come on, do something for me here. I want anything. Anything. Knock something over, throw something at us. It don't matter. Do something. Let us know that you're here.
Did you work here back in 1904? 2004?
1904. 1904.
No.
That's when it was built. This building is actually a reproduction of the actual, of the original.
What year did you work here? Give us that.
Do you know who the President of the United States is right now? It's in the Army. What was special about this train station? These things. Was there ever a robbery of the train? Did anybody follow us from the other location? Is that a flash of light? Or just this terminal? Oh, okay. Strange. Is it strange that we're talking to you? Well, we just want to know your story. We mean no harm, no disrespect. We just want to know why you're still here. Are you attached to the items here? So earlier at the other location, I asked who the president was, and I got a response. Who is the president? saying about the response was it was not our current president. Do you know who the president of the United States is right now? Did it say the Army? Yeah, I did. What about the Army? So my name is Shauna. Try that again. Self-care. Self-care. Self-care is important. My name is Shauna. What is yours? Joe. Joe. Joe, how old are you? About 11? Obi, how old are you? I think they're communicating with each other. So does anybody have any guesses on where we're at? I need to buy a train ticket. Who can I buy it from? I have some cattle that I need to ship. It's about 40 head. Can I do that from here? About how long will that take me to get them to Brownsville? We got a couple of bulls. Got a couple of bulls and a couple of heifers.
We're listening.
Yes. Somebody want to talk to me? What's your name? Starts picking up on talking about shipping stuff. I need to buy a train ticket too. I need to go see my aunt. How much would that cost me?
Can we get those tickets and get those cows sent over, that head of cattle?
And right after this, we'll be right back with all the evidence from the Train Depot Museum in Kingsville, Texas, right here on South Texas Haunts.
Every year, more women have stroke.
Well, the Train Depot Museum, we didn't have a lot of activity as far as stuff jumping out saying boo, but we did get some evidence from there, and you got a few hits on the ghost box while you and Melissa were in there investigating.
Yeah, we did. The Train Depot itself was kind of quiet in all reality. Listening to the static EVPs and the recorder, there wasn't a whole lot of hits. But the ghost box, on the other hand, when we were walking around asking questions with the ghost box, we would get responses. And of course, we tried to go back to the time when the depot was originally there, asking about shipping cattle to the valley, because that was kind of the middle ground between shipping to Brownsville and to Corpus cattle back in those days.
There's just so much history of Kingsville and what that station means to the city of Kingsville.
Right. So one of the things that we did capture was somebody saying, what was that? And I think that was prelude to us asking a question. And I think in all reality, with us being the first group to ever go in and investigate, of course, when spirits have been somewhere for so long and then all of a sudden somebody's coming in there and asking questions or trying to communicate with them, it's kind of like a wait.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, it's the first time this is, like you said, has ever happened. So
right.
Now there's a line of communication.
Right. So we got a, what was that?
And it's clear. I mean, that is super clear.
Yeah. And so I think we had asked just a generality question of like, who's here with us? What is your name? And they just responded with, what was that? And it could have just been an easy, like, can you say that again? What were you trying to say? And then, oddly enough, it seems more often than not, we get the response of, need help, help me. And that seems to be a very popular response we get no matter where we investigate. And we capture that at the train depot as well. And of course, if you think about it, somebody's at a train depot, right? They're going to need help with something, right? Yeah. Purchasing a ticket.
Loading up feed or whatever they're transporting.
So we actually captured that as well. And so that kind of goes back to
the history.
The location.
The location of history.
And it almost sounds like they're yelling though,
yeah.
right? Like, so either they're needing help because something's wrong, or is it just, hey, I need help. Can you help me do this? So that was kind of neat to hear because it kind of goes back to the location. And then we got a, what's your name? So, of course, we walk into a room every time like, hey, my name is Shauna, my name is Melissa, my name is Monty, or whoever we are, right? And introducing ourselves to the spirits out of respect. And then we got them back saying, what is your name?
And wasn't that captured back in the area where they thought they saw a shadow back there where the train, I guess it's enclosed back there with the little SOS thing?
Yeah, there's, I think it's train...
Telegraph, that's what I was...
Right. Yeah. It actually was. The recorder was laying on the sign book where you signed that you were visiting the museum. It was laying next to that. And so the other investigators were back there investigating at this time. And so that was captured back there. And so very much could have been the shadow they saw asking that question. But if you listen to it, it's very smart with the way it's asking it, but it's also kind of in between their conversation.
So very inquisitive, very intelligent.
Right. It's like, hey, what's your name? Let's have this conversation. Another one we got is an or me. So I think it was in the middle of a conversation and they're like, hey, let's do this or that. And it's like, or me, like I can help you.
Fear the living, not the dead. Fear the living, not the dead.
So what happens is we were actually shooting live at that moment on Facebook. And something we've always said is fear the living, not the dead.
Yeah.
And so this spirit decided to say, or me, as you were saying, fear the living, not the dead.
But it's got to make you wonder, is the spirit that's with the municipal building also going between the train station, which could be linked through the tunnels yet again?
Right.
Yeah.
So, and if you think about it, we had somebody a spirit at the municipal building say, do you fear me?
Yeah.
Kill you, and then now you're saying fear the living, not the dead.
Yeah.
And you have a spirit saying or me.
Yeah.
So that correlates two locations that we investigated on the same night.
Like I said, something with that.
It's a linkage.
Yeah, it's a link. It's something with it. Wow.
And then we also got a hello, asked for asking questions. And it's a very deep hello. Yeah. So it's almost like it could have been a cowboy from back in the day who was very like raspy voiced.
Yeah.
Saying hello. You know what I mean? So that's what that sounded like. And then again, we got 2 knocks and a hi. And sometimes we ask them to knock on things and it doesn't happen. And it seems like these 2 locations we asked for a knock and we got them. Plain as day. So that was kind of neat too, and it almost seemed like we didn't even ask them to do it. They just did it to say, hey, we're here.
Well, I know they heard stuff back there, and then of course that shadow, but they actually captured on audio. It was pretty cool.
Right. And then I know that we also captured a...
There's actually a video, and you can actually see the orb, and this is actually facing the front of the building. Of course, all our cameras, you know, there wasn't a lot of dust in there. This was a very clean museum. And you can actually see where it looks like there's a one orb that comes across, and then there's a brighter one, and you hear a voice, and it's a little hard to make out, but as the orb's going back, like it's coming back to where y'all were at, because you and Melissa were actually inside when this happened.
The doorway.
Someone stay there. Usually moves away.
Okay, and what's kind of crazy about this is we were using an SLS system on our phones, and she had her SLS camera facing the doorway, and there was a figure that would come in the doorway, and then it would disappear out of the doorway, and it would come in the doorway, and you hear her asking it, is it's in the doorway, and at one point I asked it, can you wave at us, and it waved. And then I said, well, can you, just to verify it, can you get out of the doorway and then come back to the doorway, and it did.
It really makes you wonder. You know, we've investigated 3 locations in Kingsville, and they all seem to be linked in some way, somehow, in paranormal activity.
And they're all within a half block of each other.
Exactly.
So, Kingsville's got something going on.
Definitely does.